Yeah, man, it's going down. This Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston, man. Check it out. We got a very special guest, man. This man that came up, man, in the Harvey Love episode. If you heard the SPM interview, he came up in that interview and a couple of other ones, man. But, you know, when we talk about Hiram Clarke, you know, we talk about that slab, you know what I'm saying? We talk about Woss Ness, man. Just real legendary things that took place in this city, man. We got to talk about JC. What's going down, man?
Oh, man, it ain't nothing, man. Just steady moving and shaking, you know, keeping things moving because I got bigger endeavors ahead.
Yeah, what you got going on, man?
Well, you know,
that you can speak on, you know.
I can just say this much, that I just come to find out that I'm an inventor. You know, I've been having an inventor's mind since the first grade. I always, you know, mess with things and come up with things, but then, you know, lately I've been watching this little show on YouTube, and the man was talking about if you think like this and you do this and you do that, that you're an inventor. So, you know, I was like, well, that is me. You know, I've been thinking like that for a minute. So at the end of the day, I got a couple of major inventions that I've been working on. I've been working on one that's very, very powerful. You know, I started in 2014, and man, I've been jumping over all kind of hurdles and swerving all kind of car wrecks, you know, and it's still a bumpy ride. But when it unfolds, you know, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something that, you know, I have a different vision. You know, these days I want to do something for the youth. You know, I want to bring another academic to high schools, you know, because they got great thinkers right there. You know, they got kids with big, broad minds sitting right in school. So I got some barriers that I got to break, and I got some accomplishments that I got to do, you know, to create this fund that I want to bring to the networks of high schools. You know, I want to be able to have a whole new elective, you know, for great thinkers. But I want to fund it. You know, I want it to be set up just like this here. They come in with their idea, it's recorded. I don't want to go too far in it because someone will end up doing it. Right. You know, I want to be a humanitarian. You know, I always been a humanitarian. You know, I always look out for people, but some people say you looking out for your own gain. But if I invest my money into you, for me a return, that's for both of us. You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I got some nice things that I'm working on, and we'll come back later and speak on them.
For sure, man. I'm looking forward to it, man.
They're pretty huge.
Yeah,
pretty huge.
Yeah, nah, it sounds like something, man.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. But man, let's just go back a little bit, man. You know, this is an honor for me just being from Hiram Clarke, man. You know what I mean?
Great.
A real Hiram Clarke OG
man.
in here, man. You know what I mean? Just talk about, man, coming up, man, in the neighborhood and all that, man.
Well, you know, we come from a environment where as if you got to be able to hold your own. I mean, mano to mano. It was like, hey, it wasn't no gang clique. You know, like, man, ain't 5 of y'all jumping on no one man. It's like, man, you got a problem with him, man. Let's see, can you hold your weight? Y'all hash that out one-on-one. So I come up in a family like that. My brother and them was like, hey, man, nah, man, I'm not helping you do nothing. You finna get out there and fade that. You know what I'm saying? So all my homies, they had to get raised the same way. You know, so the Clarke was pretty much, you know, a beautiful place for us. It wasn't too bad with the cops, you know what I'm saying, because our parents was a little bit more out of what they call the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? We was able to come home to cook food. You know what I'm saying? We was able to get clothes for school. We ain't have to go steal it. You know what I mean? So we had a little better edge than others, but it was still tough. You know, the teachers, you know, they ain't just stay stumped down on making you learn. You know, they gonna get the ones that's paying attention. You know, the knuckleheads that's throwing spitballs and bullshitting around and playing, you know, them be the ones, but they let them fall. You know, so it ended up being good, you know, because they had some great teachers. I take that back. They had some great ones. They'll straighten your ass out. Miss Mooney and them straighten your ass.
What,
Mr.
what,
Earl.
what school was this at?
I went to Montgomery Elementary, but my brothers.
Wait, what neighborhood you?
I'm from the Manor.
Oh, from the Mount. Okay,
Manor.
already.
Right.
Yeah.
And my two older brothers, one of my brothers passed away, and he had got killed doing a confrontation. But I supposed to went to Darling. Everybody from our neighborhood go to Darling, but whatever situation that one of my brothers had, they wouldn't let my family go there. It was like, no more Colemans coming here.
Oh, the school said this here.
Yeah.
Oh, boys was tearing it up like that.
I don't know if they were doing. I'm just saying, I was coming out of elementary, so I had to go to Persian. But Persian was a great thing for me because now I get to meet everybody from South Park, and then now I got a wide range of more friends. You know what I'm saying? So I got all my friends from Hiram Clarke. Then I got all my friends that was zone that was in South Park that went to Persian. So it was like a beautiful setup.
Wait, South Park was going to Persian?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, a lot of people in South Park was going to Persian.
Man.
Persian was the Panthers. It was right down the street.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I end up, graduating from there, then going back to Madison. So Madison was like, man, it was super fly, man.
What year do you land over at Madison?
Man, I graduated. Well, I didn't graduate. I come out of school in Madison in '86. I got a GED.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I had gotten to some bull crap in 11th grade, and my parents was like, hey, you might as well go and get you a job. Go and get your GED. You not gonna not get that. You know what I'm saying? Get your GED and go and get you a job and go ahead on and do what you need to start doing to take care of yourself. So that's the route I went. But it was some super players came out of Hiram Clarke. My brother Ronnie Coleman, Joe Coleman. We had legendaries. We had Brian Terry, we had Smitty, we had Bro.
I hear about that Smitty all the time.
Yeah,
man.
Smitty was he just had that aura about him, man. He was a super cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Smitty was super, super cool, like really, 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 really player. And he was a hell of a car customizer. So the car customizing became a thing of our neighborhood.
See, I had ESG on here, and he the one who told me, because I ain't know this. He was like slabs and swangers and all that started in the Clarke. That's what he told me.
Yeah. See, Smitty and them and my brother and them, they started, I remember when them boys was customizing bicycles, where they had reflectors all around the rim with the tassels hanging off the handlebars, with the mirror set, with the radio on the rack. So then when they got into cars, my brother and them and Smith and them was cool. So some weekend, Smith would spend a night at my mama and them house over there with us. So we had 4 bunk beds. You know what I'm saying? So it's my oldest brother on one at the bottom on the right, my second to oldest brother at the bottom on the left. I'm at the top, and I got another little brother at the top. So when Smith comes spend the night, my little brother got to jump in the bed with me. And then Smith gonna take his bed. So them boys talk about cars all night. What they gonna do to them, how they gonna do it, what color they gonna paint it, how they gonna drop it. They doing all that, but I'm sucking it all up. I'm looking and paying attention. And that was like the main focus that they was worried about, like customizing their cars. So Smith had a 77 Cutlass, and it was gray. Then he ended up painting it midnight blue. So he had some 30s involved. When he got elbows, he gave my oldest brother his elbows. His 30s. And then my brother Joe got elbows and ended up giving my brother Ronnie his elbows, and he had a set, and I was the one washing their cars.
So this is what they ride. This 83s or 4s? Or what? How they ride?
It was 83s. 4s were not yet. Elbows actually came out in 79.
No shit.
Yeah, they name 83, 84 is just what caught. You know what I'm saying? But the first elbow came out in 79. So, but we wasn't ready for him. So there's a guy named Randy Arnold. He out of Alameda Plaza. He the first guy to take a set of them offset elbows, rims, and put them on a car other than a Cadillac. So we had this, not me, I'm talking about the older guys, my peers. they had this way that they had a profile that you sit in your car. So we didn't have no AC. So let's kill that.
You're riding hoops.
Yeah, your car wasn't that tight. You didn't have no air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? So you got your window down, you got the top off. So the profile was everybody had one hand on the steering wheel, and this rim sitting on the door, this elbow sitting on the door post. So when you passing by, you got your members only hat on and your jacket and everything. You peeping the girls and the women and the niggas and everybody and the boys, the players. You profiling your car. So that was your look. And everybody had that look, and then back then they didn't have no seatbelt law. So if you got your lady with you, she sit right here. And then your other partner, he sit right there. And then you might got two more partners in the back. He might got one of his partners with a gal in the back. So we always roll like that because we was kids. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, Randy, has said, he said, man, my rims is poking out like my elbow. These elbows. And
that's where it stuck.
That's where the name started, right there.
Man.
And everybody started saying, man, we got to get us some elbows. We got to get them elbows. We got to have them elbows. Got to have them elbows. And that's where it started at. And then when Smith got it and took it to South Park, and man, you know, them boys was getting.
So Smith is the one, he brought that to South Park. He came from the Clark and brought it. He brought the slab to South Park. Yeah.
Smith took it to South Park, and you know, South Park was like 2 steps ahead of us on the paper because of the hustle at that time. It was wide open over there. You know what I'm saying? We was still more, you know, on strict parenting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting South Park like that. I'm saying I ain't say they ain't have, you know, strict parenting, but I'm saying that
there's a little more structure in the Clark.
Right. It was a little more structure. Like, hey, it's 10 o'clock. You need to have your ass in the house.
And that's what I always tell people about the Clark. It's like, it's the hood, but this ain't the most hood on the south side.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not that by far. But at the end of the day, the Hiram Clarke created a lot of players and a lot of super athletes. And it just became the fad. It was like, hey man, you know, we the fad. Y'all following our lead. No disrespect to nobody. It was our lead. The way you gonna drop your car on the slab, the way you said it, if it's smurfed, if the back lowered in the front.
All this came from right here.
Yeah, all that come from right here because that's what we did. And our thing was, every high school, we want to go show off in front of their girls and break off the boys, the man. So you gotta think, we riding through high schools. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't college. We riding through high school, so you know how young our mindsets had to be. So it just took that turn and took that turn and took that turn. And then when my peers got older, and then they started going into Benzes and BMWs and Bentleys and, you know, moving up. And then other boys was like, man, I'm grown, man, I'm past that. You know, that slab riders, they done got families and got out the game, man. I was right there hearing all the conversations about what kind of radio, what kind of amp. Is you gonna set it down to the yellow line on the Vogue? Is you gonna smurf it, or how you gonna profile?
When you say smurf,
smurf mean the front of your slab is a little bit lower than the back, so it's almost like it's nose diving. Or you gonna have just a sweet plain drop. So we'll sit at my house and tell someone else to drive your car. Like, hey man, go and drive my car around the corner and hit the corner in it, man. Let me see how it look. So when he hit the corner, be like, nah, man, you need to drop it a little more, man. Drop the back a little bit. Or bring it down a little more, or lift it up, or whatever the case may be. So you'll say, oh, that's it.
That's how you did your assessment.
That's how I want them to see me when I come down. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we ended up, you know, knowing how to profile the boulevard. So it's like, oh, nah, I know I'm killing the boulevard. It ain't no question, because I'm looking at, I let you drive my whip, and I know how I want it. And it's setting where I need it. So I'm like, okay, that's it. Now everybody's seeing what I'm seeing. But now I'm him profiling it.
So what's the first one you put together?
Man, I had multiple, man. Okay, the first car I I bought it from a brother, a white guy in our neighborhood named White Boy Glenn, and it was on Trues and Vogues. That was my first car. So it got totaled out. I got hit in the back, and it got totaled out. Then I bought me a 78 Regal. And to speed up, when I bought the car, you know, I went to off of North Shepherd myself. I'm 16. You know what I'm saying? I caught the bus and went over there. And I seen the car, and I was like, man, I want that one. So when I bought it, and I got it home, it had a 6-cylinder in it. The car was beautiful, but the motor was what they call a lemon. So my daddy get off of work, I made it home, my car sitting in the driveway. He come home and said, God damn, who car that is in the front? So my mama tell me, that's Giant car.
Did you working to get the car? You was hustling?
Yeah, I'm working.
Yeah,
I had a
work.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, no bullshit. I work. I had several jobs. No bullshit. So my dad come in the house, said, boy, goddamn it, boy, you picked that car up? I said, yeah. He said, let me see the keys. I said, it's nice. So when he went to starting it, he like, goddamn it, it's a lemon. We taking it back. Yeah. So I like, nah, man, but I couldn't tell my old man, nah. You know, whatever the fuck he say, go. You know, that's an ass whooping. So, you know, my daddy went back to the shop. He ain't bring the car. He drove over there himself and said, man, you sold my son a lemon. But the man said, say as is. You should have been here. You know what I'm saying? So, make a long story short, I had to put a motor in it. And my daddy made me do it. That's my first time ever putting an engine in a car. We went to the junkyard. He like, hey, what y'all got? Y'all got any 350s? So the man said, no, I got a 307 Oldsmobile right there, because my car's a Regal. So he was like, okay, crank it up. So the man cranked it up on the ground. I'm like, damn, the car starter ain't even in a car. You know, they hooked the battery, poured gas in the car, really touched the starter, boom. He said, yeah, that's it, we want it. So, what, you got any more of that money? I had some more money, so he made me buy it. But to make a long story short, he came outside and just touched the bolts, set his toolbox down, and just touched the bolts and told me to figure out which one fit and take these bolts off. And when you get them off, come in the house and get me. Now figure out what fit. Just put them where you need to put them, or figure out where it goes. So I learned how to pull an engine and put it in.
So you learned top to bottom how to really put this thing together. Yeah.
Now I'm 16. I done put in a motor. So get what I started doing.
Putting in motor.
Man, your car need a motor, man. Oh, man. I said, man, let's go to the junkyard. I go to the junkyard, tell people the same thing my dad tell me, get the motor. And I go to their house and put their motor in their car in their front yard for free, because that's my partner. I'm going to put it in. So I start putting motors in, then I really learned about everything, the dash, everything. So I was like, okay, I got it all down packed. So to speed up, I started thinking about, you know, we had this thing. Hey, man, don't come out if you ain't going to be the cleanest.
Y'all going, where everybody meet? Y'all going MLK or where's everybody?
MLK on McGregor Park on Sundays.
Yeah.
McGregor Park was just time to show the slabs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
who else was some people out there that was really holding around this time?
You had RU Game, you had Ronston, you had Poopy. Man, you had a bunch of hard, I'm talking about, man, I can't think of Drac. You had Lynn, you had, man, they'll be mad if I can't, forgive me if I done forgot some of y'all names, but it was multiple slabs out there. But it was like, who got the cleanest of all? So Smith had the cleanest cutlass. You know what I'm saying? He from our neighborhood. And he repping that everywhere he go. So we got to rep that. So I came with a little Regal, and then I had got into some altercation, had to go sit down. So when I come back home, I bought another car from the guy, White Boy Glenn. But I never seen, he had elbows and painted it and everything, but I was locked up. So I never seen it with rims on. When I got out, it was on factory rims. He was selling it. I was like, man, I'll buy it. So when I put wheels on it, and it was so holding to me, and I put music in it and everything, I was like, man, I ain't got to do nothing. This motherfucker holding. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, no disrespect to him, he didn't leave the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, he gonna ride through Hiram Clarke. He might hit Westbury. He might hit Willow Ridge. But he not going to the north side and 3rd Ward and 5th Ward.
So is it a divide with the north and the south way back then, or everybody?
No, it was all player.
Yeah.
North side, south side, everything was just one good badass city. You know what I'm saying? What sped into that is the screw tapes. You know, the screw tapes, and then, you know, they stopped making elbows. So when they stopped making elbows, they came out with a rim called a 84. All right. Now, that was the echelon of the rim.
Because it came out a little further.
No, it's the spokes set a little wider like a spider, looked like a spider web. And it poked maybe just a little bit. So and the lip was oval. Where the spoke go down, it had an oval lip instead of flat. So we knew that was a 4. So that 4 gave your car 5 points. If the scale is a 10. Just to having 4s, you got
4s, you already
got 5 points, man. It's like,
game.
hey, man, them $10,000 rim. You know what I'm saying? Now, can you touch that? So now you got the boys that's hustling and saying, man, shit, you know what? We finna take them and resell them on the streets. So that's when the robbery started happening with the north side, south side, because boys was coming from everywhere saying, this how we making money. And we done took this boy off the slab. So it's 2 licks. We done broke him off and we done made some paper. So then, you know, they got the stare down. You know, it's a whole new game. It's a stare down. You know, a person will keep looking at you and keep looking at you, and then you know, you might feel uncomfortable, like, man, I ain't gonna just be looking at you in your eyes for a long ass time. So you might turn your head. You know what I'm saying? And then you feel his energy, this man looking at you, so you look over there again, and he's still looking at you, so he's saying you weak because you keep turning. So they finna try to take your car that night. You don't care who with you, they finna take that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to check that right then and there. You got to, hey, baby, what's happening? How you doing, man? You know me from somewhere? You know, go on, start the conversation. Look out, man, I see you keep looking at me, man. I'm familiar, you know me? You know me from somewhere? And if he don't say nothing, well, all right, kinfolk, I ain't him. I'm not him. I'm not who you thought I was. I ain't him, man. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna be, okay, that nigga ain't.
He ain't finna be going, yeah.
He ain't, you know, he gonna fight back. He's gonna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you had them days. I done had days, man, to where I had my son, he was born, I had him in one of my slabs. This maybe 6 slabs later. You know what I'm saying? And it was so bad that people just put up on side you and just start shooting. You know what I'm saying? So somebody to pull up on the side of him, man, I gotta tell my boy to get on the floor. Hey, he 2-3 years old. Hey, man, get on the floor. He already know what time it is. Get on the floor, man, on the floorboard right there. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna go on and down, slow down, and get right there with him. Like, hey, man, what's happening? Let the window down. What's happening, man? You know, you boys follow me. What's going on? You know me from the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just squaring it off. So
they might just skirt off, or they might go on try to get you. You know what I'm saying?
You ever had any times where you had it, where somebody came back and was like, shit, yeah, you know, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what they'll do is, you know, they'll linger back, because, you know, back then you could take a screwdriver and crank a man car. You know what I'm saying? Or you could set his alarm off and wait for him to come outside to unalarm it, and then you peel him for it. You pull the stem on him and take it. So you have to be on all them P's and Q's. So it was a big stress, man. The slab was stressed, especially if you ain't had no goddamn garage. You know what I'm saying? That stress was real stress, but it was beautiful because the feeling that you got, because you doing what you want to do, but you doing it under all these stipulations of pressure. You You know what I'm saying? And then the women, they was loving it. You know, it's like the women was loving it, the man was loving it. So you got some man that want to be down with you. Get what? He jumping in the car ready to take care of any problem, just to be in the whip with you. So you got
Now you got your crew together.
then they just start farming. And then you got to assimilate your shit, you know what I'm saying? But it was beautiful. So I ran that course. We ran that course for, man, a long time, man. Long time. So then I come by Harvey Love House one day. And, you know, I know I go to Harvey Love House all the time.
Are you seeing like Big Mello and all that around the neighborhood?
Big Mello went to school with me. He rolled the slab with me when I ain't had not even a radio. But I had the elbows. I was like, man, I gotta I'm building this whip. So he'll get in the car and get what he the radio. He finna boom. He finna beatbox and rap and jam everything while we laughing and dapping. You know, I'm talking about we having the time of our life. You know what I'm saying? He the core, him and Victor Black. We all did this every day. So Harvey Love daddy was the OG of our neighborhood. So he held dice games. His wife cooked hamburgers. You know, he had a pool table in the garage. His name was Mr. Kelly. That's where the money was. So and all the hustlers come from everywhere at night or whatever they do. They know that, hey, man, the boys gonna be in there shooting them dice, man. You know, you can go in there and win you about $5,000-$10,000.
Oh, they was doing it like that over there.
Yeah, at Mr. Kelly House. You know, so that's where we always congregated. You know, so I'm in there on the pills. And Love come in there and get me. He said, Johnny, man, come here, man. So I go in the back room. He let me hear a song that he wrote for Bushwick. So he said, man, Rap-A-Lot doing an album for Bushwick, and they want us to submit a few songs. So I'm like, okay. So he popped it on and let me hear it. And the way the caterance of the music and the whole aura of that song, I was like, man, that ain't Bushwick, dog. I said, man, that's you. That's your song. So he was like, for real, man, for real. I said, yeah, man, that's you, man. You need to keep that for you. I said, it's jamming, man. So bam, we go back, do what we do, da-da-da-da-da-da. He tell me again, come check out another one. So I was having a little cheese. So I'm like, man, what it cost, man, to help you put the record out? So he said some numbers, and I was like, man, I'm gonna come pick you up in the morning. So I went, got him in the next day in the morning, because I was thinking, what I'm gonna do? Hey, man, how you gonna invest your bread? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. I went to his house, picked him up, brought him to my house, showed him some little money, and he was like, I said, will that do it? He was like, yeah, that'll do it. He was like, yeah, that'll do it. So I'm green, man. You know, this is my neighborhood. These my homeboys. So we start recording the record. So at the end of the day, he had a situation with Rap-A-Lot, but I didn't know it. You know, I don't know nothing about it. So, you know, people come to the studio and say, hey, man, you know, who the CEO, who in control of this? So they come to me and tell me, man, we need to speak with Jay about what's going on. So me and Harvey go talk to Jay about it. And Jay was like, okay, you know, since he wasn't working on Harvey's project at that time, he wasn't going to just put him on breaks. So he was like, man, look out, man, y'all can go ahead and do y'all thing. You know, just put mine where it need to be. So everything was beautiful the way it was. So the situation was, whatever Love did solo, that percentage that Jay supposed to got was out of him solo. But whatever Love did in a group, Jay was like, I don't want that. There ain't gonna be enough money for all y'all in a group. So whatever y'all do in a group, y'all do on y'all own. So we did what we did, worked out the paperwork, took care of the business. So we get home and we were like, hey, look, man, we got about 4 people around here rapping. Because now I'm coming around now. Look, got a little studio in the back room. He doing beats, so people popping up. They rapping, you know. I'm still outside holding. I'm on elbows and foes for real. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, look, man, we need to just do a group first, love, so we can just
Get something out.
get something going, and then you can take care of that situation with Jay. You know, that ain't gonna be mine. That's yours. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all straighten that out. You know what I'm saying? But let's do this group first, and then get everything rolling, and then we're gonna come back around and do your solo and make sure we straighten out the business with Jay.
So what year is this when y'all having this conversation?
94.
Okay.
94. So we all worked it out. So a little dude came by named Pimp. His name Jerry Holmes. You know, he a great fucking organizer. He could put a record together. He bad as hell. You know, the boy got a good ear for music. So he come around and he see the whole neighborhood coming over here doing music. So we thinking of a name, what we gonna call ourselves. So he say, look out, Jay. He said, man, let's call ourselves the Woss Ness. I say, what, nigga? He said, the Woss Ness. And me, you know, I was one of them kids that fuck with lizards, frogs, bugs. Fuck, you
That's
know?
right up your alley.
So I know about the fucking Woss Ness, you know what I'm saying? That Woss Ness is not gonna bother you unless you bother it. So I said, oh man, that's it. I said, that's us right there, man. We the Woss Ness. I said, we ain't gonna bother nobody unless they bother us. If they bother us, we gotta come off the tree. Everybody gotta come off the tree. So I like, man, I'm gonna name my whole record label that. So then somebody said, well, don't spell it that way. You know, spell it with a slang. WOSSNESS. So I like, bet. So bam, did all that. So Harvey Love told me, man, you gotta get some contracts. I don't know nothing about none of that shit. So I said, man, well, shit, who we gonna get? I called Tony Draper up, and shout out to Drake. I called Tony Draper up, and he turned me on to an attorney. And the attorney guy, I said, look, man, I just want whatever standard, just whatever the industry contract is. Don't give me no extra, and don't get him no extra. Let's see what we gonna do. So he gave me a standard contract and started telling me, hey, you need to have them guys exclusive because of this and that. You putting money, da. So, but all of my friends.
So who's in the original group when y'all?
Okay, it was Big Steve.
How do you know Big Steve?
Big Steve from the hood too, but Big Steve came around. He was signed with a guy some guy out of Chicago. So he came around when Love and Wag and Boone and Lil Steve and Devious and shit, it was more than that. But it was the ones that had the mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the ones that spit. Steve came in and just dominated that shit. Like, the boy had a flow that was so mean and a pen that was so dangerous. I was like, nigga, I put this boy on the mic with Tupac. I put this boy on the mic with the best right now. I ain't gotta say nothing. Let's just get the song and go to the people and put him on there. He gonna stand up on that track. And you gonna know that he is the heavyweight of that track. And if there's some more heavyweights on that, mean it's a jam. That's how cold he was. So it was Big Steve, Kerry Wagner, called him Racer X. He had that grimy little gritty flow that made the mix so sweet. You know what I'm saying? And then I had an R&B artist named Jody Shaw. You know what I'm saying? That was like, he's still cold to this day, but I'm talking about like, on a scale of 1 to 10, the man of 12. I'm talking about that cold, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up moving to Atlanta and was doing some different things, and I was like, I wouldn't 100% on R&B. You know, I was trying to figure out the hip hop, so I couldn't hold him. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't hold him to no contract, so I just like, man, whenever we need you, man, you know, bless our game, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So we put out the first Woss Ness album. It nosedived, and yes, the name of the album was The Game That Changed. You know, the album was a good album, but I didn't know nothing about marketing. I ain't know nothing about manufacturing, distribution, you know, radio, none about none of that. So I took a big loss, a big one, to where as if the group wanted to leave. You know, I'm like, God damn, man, shit, do you know what you doing? Do you know what you doing? Because if y'all do, why y'all ain't telling me? Yeah. So that means we got to go back to the drawing board and we got to do this shit again, man. Let me make my money back, man. Y'all don't just run out like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a nut. So I'm looking at, you know, going to Screw Highs, and I'm looking at Kiki finna do his thing, and I'm looking at all these artists is talking, then I'm hearing they lyrics and they hot than a motherfucker. You know, I'm like, wait a minute, man. So wait a minute, man, them niggas talking about my life on them tapes. That's me. But I ain't talking about my life on my shit. So I'm like, wait a minute, man. So that's what they want to hear. They want to hear about these motherfucking elbows. I'm trying to compete with Ice Cube now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to compete with Lil J now. I don't know these niggas want to hear
about that slab.
Yeah, so I said, oh. That's what it is? Man, come on, man. Put these slabs on this goddamn cover. Start putting all this shit on these music and talk that elbow shit. And then that shit started. But I had to learn with him. You know, big shout out to my man. This is my man right here. You know, this man right here, man, dropped his entire life of what he was doing, believing in me. You know what I mean? So it was just me and him, one deep, throughout Texas, Chicago, Tennessee. We everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Pushing this music. It's a damn shame. I wish I was a rapper. Because I had more grind than the artists. I'm like, man, y'all ain't got no goddamn grind.
So they not going on y'all with these trips to promote
No, I'm like, man, get in the car. You know, they chasing skirts. They hot. You know, the hood loving them. You know what I'm saying? They got the neighborhood fame, and the neighborhood fame them blind them. I'm like, man, you blind, man. Hey, man, you ain't got no tunnel vision, man. I said, man, by the neighborhood loving what you got, that's showing that it's working. Now let's take this shit out. But me and him spending nights away from our goddamn loved ones, many nights facing shit, niggas throwing flies in our goddamn face. Nigga, we go to New Orleans, nigga hit you in the face with your fly. You know what I'm saying, man? Get the fuck on with that bullshit and get what you gotta do. Get the fuck on. You know, goddamn well the nigga want the Hulk smash that bitch. But get what a nigga like, man,
we ain't from around here, yeah.
Man, look, man, just accept that shit, get your ass on and keep it moving. But me and him, and this man the whole time been a major ghostwriter. A hook master. And guess what? I'm not even knowing it. He write them fucking hooks and just give them. Now, I ain't saying the rest of the team don't write no badass hooks. They do. But this man will come up with some brilliant ass hooks and just give it to him. I mean, what about this? What y'all think about that? Won't you say it and then step out the way? Then what about this? The next thing you know, that shit end up. So I went through the Woss Ness stage. So I was very upset with them. You know, I'm talking about like when it got to Lil Head. You know, Big Steve lost his life.
That's what I'm gonna say. Even before that though, because y'all do the Thug and Never Die video. You know.
Okay,
what I mean?
We did Thug and Never Die, and again, I didn't know the marketing. You know what I'm saying? So I had everything, but I didn't know the channels. You know, the proper channels, and maybe I was spending the bread, You know what I'm saying? But it was
Blind.
it just wasn't being put in the right places at the right time to set the trap. You know what I'm saying? You got to set the bait.
Are y'all messing with Southwest on the distribution at this time?
Yeah. So Southwest was at that time, you know, with your record being carried by Southwest just taking up shelf space, is they don't want you. It's like, man, shit, man. Yeah, we'll carry your record. But what's your marketing strategy? What are you gonna do? You know, because you paying for everything. Now you got it sitting in there, but it's just sitting in there. Ain't nobody ordering it. You know what I'm saying? So me and him on the road, we going everywhere. I'm talking about direct to every store throughout. We making a loop to where as if I got to the point, I like, hey man, I'm gonna get a crew. Y'all go eat west, east, and me and you gonna go west, and we gonna meet up in Dallas. We're gonna do Texas. We're gonna meet up in Dallas, and then we're gonna go back in. Da da da. But them guys was, you know, they. I ain't saying no names, but they was missing they women too. I was like, man, get your motherfucking ass on the bus. A Greyhound. Go home, man. You ain't coming with us no more. Because you chasing skirts, man. We trying to get this money. So, Big Steve, he got caught in the fame. Man, he let the goddamn streets get him, man. I'm like, bro, you ain't ready for that right now. Cause when the screwed up click them started hearing him, and they started seeing like, damn, this boy Big Steve,
serious,
you know, and he kind of got off track, so he started getting in different endeavors.
On the street side and all that, what you mean, or what?
Yeah, like hustling, doing different shit, trying to do this and that and other. And I'm arguing with him.
So that wasn't really his character when y'all linked up and all that?
Well, he always had a hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always gonna have some shit going. Don't get it twisted. He gonna have something going, you know, but he just didn't know how to perfect his hustle. He didn't know how to make his hustle double up or triple up. His hustle was just enough to get that same shit again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, you just spinning your fucking tire. But he was doing it. He was holding on. So when he started getting around other people that was really moving and shaking, and they hearing them lyrics, so they introducing them to what they got going on, and he started getting lost in the shuffle. So he lose his life. When he lose his life through some altercation shit with some other guys, the pressure was on me.
Wait. So even before that though, were you there when they did the Ooey Man and all that?
Yeah, we went to Screw High.
The Big Steve and the Big Pokey and they met and all that. You tell that, talk about that?
Okay, yeah. So what we did was you there, Steve? Did you were there that night? Okay, we went to Pokey. I had bought an RV. I sold all my cars and everything. I kept me something low, but I had bought an RV to promote in. So the whole crew can ride. So we go to Pokey. We go to Screw High. Screw charged $10. Screw was so cool, he charged $10 to make you a dub. All you do is come in there with your list. So me, Love, Boom, Big Steve, I don't know, there's one more person with us. So we went to, we was at Screw High, and Screw said, y'all got y'all list? So.
This your first time meeting Screw and all that?
Nah, hell no. I already met Screw, but that wasn't my clique. I met him on what it do. Hey, baby, let me get 3 of them tapes. You know what I'm saying? What's happening, man? I'm the Woss Ness. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all, come on, man. Come on, Screw that. Come on, man. Come on, make you a dub. So we go over there. We give him the list. Big Steve make the list. All right. So Love had did this beat, Who That Mad? All right. So when Love done the beat, when I walk in one day, Love got that funk running. I say, man, that's mine.
Off top.
I said, don't nobody write to that. Don't nobody do nothing to that. I'm going to place that where it need to go. That's mine. So Love like, bet, Johnny, bet. So we finna go do a dub. I said, give me that beat. Bring that beat. Big Steve. I don't know no man. And I'm just being real, man. I ain't know no H-Town rapper. I freestyle Big Steve. The cleverness that he had and the confidence that he had and the flow that run like water that he had with that big voice, it was like his caterance, man. So I was like, man, Steve gone. So we get over there, I got the beat. So Pokey show up. So said, look out, Pokey, man, we finna do a dub. You wanna get on it?
Did you already had a relationship with Pokey? Or this your first time meeting him
I met Pokey before, but this is like my first time like really getting to talk to Pokey. So Pokey player. He like, yeah, man, I ain't tripping, man. I'll get on there with y'all boys, man. You know what I'm saying? So he said something that rubbed Steve the wrong way, but not the wrong way. Not to Plex. He said, man, what y'all boys is, man? Y'all some rappers? You know, y'all some rappers. So, but the way he said it made Steve say, he finna feel me tonight. He said, he finna feel me tonight. So, we running the dub. So, Pokey right here. Screw done gave them they mics. Big Steve right here. I'm over there, Love over there, Screw on the turntable. So the beat come on. So that nigga Big Steve start flowing to that motherfucker. His flow was so dangerous, it wasn't dangerous to us.
Yeah, I knew what it was.
This shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that nigga Pokey's, you know how it was time for Pokey to come in. So Pokey was just looking at that nigga. He said, God damn, big man. He said, man, who are you, man? He said, man, boy, you hard, boy. Boy, you hard, man. So Screw rewind the tape. So that he erased Big Steve flow.
Okay, because I was gonna ask that because I'm like, when it come on,
because
it start with
the beat wasn't that long. So he had to erase it. You know what I'm saying? It was the width of a jam. So he was like, man, y'all gotta start over. So he erased that. So, bam, you know, it don't matter about Big Steve. You can start it over 1,000 times. So, bam, Screw hit that bitch. And nigga Steve came in with some more dangerous ass shit. So Poke didn't come in again. So Poke said, man, what's your name, man? Then he said, Screw. Do Pat and Key and them know about this boy, this man right here? He said, man, you hard, man. What's your name? And that nigga Big Steve said, I'm the grandpappy. That nigga said, the grandpappy. You know, Poker giving him 100% homage, like, nigga, you live. You know, like, nigga, you live. So, now Poker feeling it like, boy, this nigga got something. So Poke come in. And then Steve come in. And then Poke go to talking to him again. So they got to erase all that.
Well, the beat is going and Poke in the whole time is...
No, Steve flow.
Yeah.
Poke talk. Ask him who he was. Because he like, damn, that was nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boy, you got a mean-ass freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because he listened and waiting on his catch. Like, but he like, wait a minute, nigga,
This
you
boy
cold.
going hard, yeah.
So, bam, they talk a little bit. So, Screw rewind the shit. Steve come in again. So, Poke, like, amazed again. Like, God damn, nigga, what's your name? So, he telling me the grandpappy. So, now Poke like, okay, boy, you nigga do Key and them know about you? Da-da-da-da-da-da. So, Screw punch it again. So, Steve come in, Poke come in. Then Steve come in. And then Poke talk to him again. About how cold he is, right? So that all that got erased again. So Screw said, man, yeah, man, we gotta go and finish the thing, man. Da-da-da, yada. So bam, that's when Steve came in. He freestyled Who That Mad. He said, nigga, who that? Mad. Who that talking down? boys, sons, the pops
Around.
around. When Steve flowed all that, Poke came in, Steve came in, Poke came in, and they done it. And then them niggas got cool that day. And then we got super tight with Polio. You know, Polio was like, man, da. So Screw made the dub. So now I told Screw, man, sell that motherfucker to all your homies. You know what I'm saying? Just put it on the wax. Let niggas know who we is. So Poke started working on his solo. So his CEO was Paul Chevys. Me and Paul come out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Out the street. So Paul come and say, look out, Johnny. Man, I want to get that jam. I tell him, hell nah. I said, nah, man. Hell nah, nigga. That's mine, man. That's for me, man. So he like, Big Steve tapped me. Man, give him that shit. I said, well, Big Steve said, man, y'all can have that shit, man. So that's when it made Steve and them. Now they critiqued it and made it for Poke album. So Steve ended up doing 2-3 more jams with Poke. You know what I'm saying? And now he getting, you know,
acclimated with the click and all
yeah,
that. Yeah,
for the major people in the camp to know. And so then you got Kiki doing his album. His CEO was Pat from Jam Down. Me and Pat and them, we ran the goddamn highway promoting our record labels, you know what I'm saying? Because we the CEOs. So Steve ended up doing some shit with Key. And he was prominent, man. He was gonna be, you know, I missed the boy, man. He was gonna be a beast, man. I'm talking about, he was gonna be a beautiful thing to the world of music. You know what I'm saying? And he got caught up in some shit. And with me fussing at him, you know, I'm fussing at him like, nigga, you tripping. You slipping, man. Come on, man. We need to stay focused, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you worried about hustling more than the music. You know, you done got off the music. You trying, I'm like, man, you gonna go to penitentiary. What the fuck wrong with you, man? You got a skill.
This the conversation you having.
I'm having this with him all the time till as I told him, I said, when I see you, I'm gonna knock your motherfucking ass out. I'm gonna kick your ass, dog, because you gonna throw your motherfucking career away like that. I said, when I see you, I'm gonna kick your ass. So now them the conversations that's, you know, I like, nigga, when I see you, you know what it is, nigga. I'm gonna kick your motherfucking ass, nigga, because you throwing your shit away. You know what I'm saying? So that twisted the streets to, like, I'm plexing, but I'm plexing like Big Bro, though.
Trying to just look at.
Yeah, I ain't plexing like no whole shit. I'm on some, hey, man, you is the shit. You the shit. So I finally got to him. He called me. He said, man, I'm in Bryan College Station, dog. He said, you right, man. He said, man, I got a backpack full of jams. He stopped coming around the Woss Ness and everything. We ain't been seeing him. Steve, once he got hot on them dubs and everybody started talking to him, he just lost focus. The man stopped coming to the click and everything. It's like from that dub hitting the streets and some more jams, he just, poof. I'm like, nigga, you should be over here every day. We ride every day talking about our future. Now, you know, so he called me and said, man, you right, Jay, man, I'm tripping like a motherfucker. He said, man, I got a backpack full of jams. He said, nigga, we ain't got to record nothing. I got them. So I said, well, man, you need to come see me tomorrow, man. Just pull up on me tomorrow, man. He was finna go do a hustle in Bryan. I was like, man, be careful, man. I'm really trying to tell him don't. Like, man, be careful, man, because I know he not gonna not go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, don't go, man, in my inside. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't coming out. So, nigga, the next day, man, they said the man get killed.
But that happened in Houston, though, right?
Right, but he went to Bryan. Whatever happened in Bryan, he went. And when he came back to Houston, he got killed on some other shit.
And that just happened to be like wrong place, wrong time type thing? Or
Yeah, he was with somebody that they say had a situation and the man couldn't leave no witnesses. You know what I'm saying? So Steve was the witness. You know what I'm saying? So now, from the neighborhood knowing I'm mad, they flip it.
Oh, they thinking that you got something.
Yeah,
No shit.
and then now the detectives on my ass, throwing him on the ground, handling a nigga.
No shit.
Yeah, man, they on a nigga motherfucking roll. I'm talking about pressure. And I'm like, man, what the fuck wrong with y'all people, man? So, man, you crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I had to get a lawyer and all that faggot shit, you know. And then they come out like, nah, it ain't him. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So we got past that shit. That's when I discovered Lil Head.
Because Lil Head was with HSC and all that at the time? Yeah.
But I've been knowing Lil Head since he was 2. I used to date a chick lived next door to him. So I used to, you know, he was a little fast, little scat pack, you know, little short, fast little motherfucker. So I used to run him down and wrestle him and throw him in the air and play with him and fuck with him, you know, as a little boy. So I've been knowing him. So he told me he rap. I like, nigga, you rap? I was tighter with Head mama and his sister and them, and he was a baby. So his mama and them know me, you know what I'm saying? So I like, nigga, you rap? He said, yeah, I sing too.
Cold
So I
on
told
cold with
Love,
both. Yeah.
I got some young man coming over. Let's see what they got.
Are you trying to form, because that's like the second wave?
Right.
Right.
This when we came with the slabs.
Yeah.
So we lost Big Steve. I had to put a Big Steve album out with Plex, with niggas with the shit all twisted. He did.
Damn, that's crazy that it got out the.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
I need a drink. Steve, open that shit. That's some wine, man. You know, I don't drink liquor no more, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, here you go. So bam, that shit happened. We went through that. You know, you can't promote a man album that's dead that didn't make it to his.
Yeah, that's a testimony album.
Yeah, it's like, man, we had to throw that album together. We don't know what Steve got on them tapes that he said he had in the backpack. All I know is this man come out with some verses. This man come out with some verses. This man come over here with some verses. Now get what I am. I'm the motherfucking black sheep going over there telling them, man, Big Steve, my artist, man, you ain't confide with me, man. You ain't do nothing, man. You can't just put that on there like that, man. So, man, this is a business, man. Now, oh, man, now the nigga want to come stop our record. Nah, I'm Debo for real. So I like, well, if that's how y'all gonna label me for being Debo, for me standing up behind my shit, that's what it is, nigga. Nigga, you gonna have to pay. I ain't telling you to take it off. Nigga, you gonna have to pay me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like y'all don't understand. So all that shit went to where as if I like, man, this man that left and died. I had to go to that nigga funeral. I had to go to that nigga grave and cuss him out. After he was in the grave. No disrespect, you know, like I had to go talk to him.
Because you felt like you tried
like,
to stop it.
Nigga, you done all that bullshit, now you dead. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got no tombstone. So I had to buy that. Hey, man, y'all, man, look, man, his name Grandpappy. He's such, man. Man, put him a plot right here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had to go and pay for all that and, you know, have our spiritual talk. And I get on and then I start with the Lil Head now. And Lil Head and them came, man, ooh.
Yeah.
But it was a problem. See, it was a problem. Now it's the older niggas dealing with the new youngsters. I'm not siding. I'm going with the talent. Hey, man, whoever got the talent, that's what we rocking with. Head came in there and took that motherfucking shit. Man, Head.
Yeah, Rolling Chrome. I mean, man, come on, man.
He wrote that.
No shit?
He wrote the hook.
No shit.
He wrote the hook.
Oh, man. That's
so
classic,
Head come in.
Classic.
Man, the man, say, man, the man can sing his ass off, man. The man can, guess what? Yeah. Now, you know how I felt about Big Steve. Lil Head was the next dangerous. See, he was over there with Lil Flip now. Hump had to make a decision. I can't have these two niggas upstanding each other. Lil Flip and Lil Head. So Hump and Lil Flip, them, they from Clover. They in the same area. Head from the Clarke. So they went ahead and cut Head. You know, because Head's supposed to been over there. And I'm like, y'all let a bad motherfucker go. Because the man could sing his ass off and rap and flow. And he became my next push. He gave me that.
I'm back in the game.
Vibe again.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, little homie, the whole rules. This what Big Steve did. This, that. Okay, all right, look, man. When I met you, you was working at Home Depot. You was stocking overnight. I said, whatever you do, don't quit your job. I'm going to work around your job because I can't take care of your personal life, you know what I'm saying, and the music. I'm going to work around you, but you the next star. You him. So he, all right, I got you, baby, I got you. Man, I ain't tripping, Jay, man. He want to show flipping them. He want to show them niggas da-da-da-da-da. So, man, the man started eating them motherfucking tracks, and his freestyle flow was fucking amazing. That nigga was amazing. So now I got my eyes set on him. I'm like, all right, I got one. Lil Head, the 4-3 John. So now he the shit. So bam, he finna come up with his solo. I'm like, all right, we done did the Banging Screw. We done did all these shows. Now, he done traveled with me. He traveled. We done went to Miami. He done everything. You know what I'm saying? And then he wanted some goddamn elbows. And that's what we fell out at. I like, man, they killing for the rims, dog. They gon' why would I help you put a slab together, man, and you gonna get fucked off, man? You gonna get killed, man. These niggas not playing, man. You don't need no slab right now. I said, man, I'm not gonna buy it. You got to make your own money and buy it yourself, nigga. I'm not gonna put it together. I'm not gonna do nothing with no elbows, man.
Because you're not trying to lose another artist.
Don't get in that, man.
Yeah.
Man, another nigga come in the neighborhood, hustler. He hearing the music. He done got blown away, but him and Head tight. The nigga put Head on the elbows. What happened? Fuck the Woss Ness. He want to ride with this nigga that helped him put some elbows together. Sold out. I said, man, you gonna sell us out over some motherfucking wheels, my nigga? No disrespect to you, Head. Just, he was a kid.
You're talking about at that time. This is what the
he was a kid
right.
at that time. No disrespect. So he wanted to ride. He been dreaming about hitting that boulevard. He just didn't wait. Nigga, you could have had 100 of them motherfuckers. If that what you wanted, man. You too talented. So I tried.
Because the Woss Ness thing, I mean, when you got that second wave, y'all was moving, man.
Right, but look, I tried. Me and this man, I sent this man 100 different angles at this nigga to try to make this nigga see. But he want to be with Lil Wayne them, but you ain't did Lil Wayne them work yet. You going there. You just got to drop 2 albums. Nigga, you gonna be there.